Since childhood, I always considered myself a weird kid. Not like anyone told me that I am, but I remember being pretty much an NPC. It was mainly because of my social anxiety. I was always in those random ass groups, mostly because I didn't want it to people notice me or more like my weirdness. Getting along with others has always been hard for me until high school. I was basically a lost bird. Then I met my best friend, who is the total opposite of me, by the way. But my awkwardness didn't disappear. I remember the time a teacher called me up to read. I was literally shaking, and no matter what, I couldn't stop it. I read everything while shaking. My voice was shaking, and even after 5 minutes after coming back to my bench, I was still shaking. People have different levels of social anxiety, and I'm kind of in the middle. The highest level is where you can't perform a basic social interactions, and I think I can do that at least, maybe, especially in front of people where I know they are not judging me for how I am. I am very introverted, so I don't talk much. I much prefer us being in silence or just me listening. But apparently, people have a problem with that too. I have met a handful of good people who don't give a shit about me being silent. But there's a certain section of people who judge me because of my silent personality. That's where the anxiety starts to develop. Sometimes I overthink a lot. That's why I don't like being with people who are full of shit. I am doing a degree in commerce where you need a lot of networking, and my social anxiety spikes when unknown people are around, and I think they are silently judging me, which happens pretty often. Even if people say, hey, it's okay, no one is gonna think about you, they have their own lives. Like, who is gonna say that to my brain? It's super hard to stop overthinking. Like, I can't shut off my brain. Now that I am in college, you have to do presentations. Whenever I stand on a stage, it feels like being held at a gunpoint. Honestly, it would have been better to be at gunpoint and standing on a stage in front of so many people. For me, there's a very thin line between social anxiety and introvertism. I try to mask it as a nonchalant personality, but I know it falls apart the moment people actually interact with me. That's why life kinda sucks. I'm trying to get out of this habit of mine, but it's really hard. And and there are a lot of incidents of mine, and there are a lot of things about my social anxiety that I'm not talking because it's hard to put those things into the words. And yeah, that's it.